Hello folks, back at Flies RC out here at the Avon Park Air Model Association in beautiful Avon Bar, Florida. We're going to take up the E-flite Twin Nova. It has the front nose gear, it has shock absorbing, the articulated nose gear for shock absorb. Can't talk. She's got lights. She got twin motors. They are both in runner, or they're both counter rotating. They roll inward like this, and elevator, down elevator, right aileron, left aileron. Looks like maybe my rudder's fine. Looked like it was a little off, but and we got takeoff flaps and landing flaps, and these are slotted flaps so that way the wind can go through the around the top of the surface of the flap. But we're going into the wind. There's a little bit of wind, so I'm going to probably don't need flaps, takeoff flaps. So running a 3200 Venom 3S. She's a 3S bird. I'm sure you could change out the ESCs and maybe the props and make her 4S, but this is not meant to be a fast plane. This is a cargo plane, STOL plane, and so she's not meant to be an aerobatic rocket ship. This plane exists as you see it in full size. So I don't really know what the actual term of the plane is, so what it's actually called, the manufacturer. Maybe one of y'all can help me out with that. Try not to hit myself with my own plane. Coming by very slow into the wind, and that no flaps are down, and she's going that slow. There's a little bit of speed there. There. A little bit of a maneuver. Now she's got pretty small wheels, so I mean, yeah, I'm sure she could do a real thin field grass ops, but I think today the biggest problem is going to get her to make her want to land. You know what we'll do? We will do grass ops just to see how she does.
Landing flaps.
And we'll put flaps in just because I'm trying to slow her down. Whoa. Well, boy, that wind.
Flaps up.
Okay. It's important not to hit yourself with your own plane. Okay, we'll do takeoff flaps. So we want to get out of this grass quickly. There. She landed in the grass and she took off in the grass. But anyways, I'm running a Spectrum.
Landing flaps.
A Spectrum AR36A, older Spectrum receiver. Just so you're aware. And she just kind of sat down. Just kind of sat down there. All right. Yeah, that front nose gear, it works. Not only does it bend this way, it kind of goes up and down. Let me show you real quick just how good. See, lots of bounce and give there, so helps with a less than perfect landings. Okay, motor back on. All right, wind getting kind of windy now. One thing I would like to do is find some good, when you turn, you might want to work a little bit of rudder into your turn, because that tail does seem to want to drag around. But anyways, I'd like to find some really good three-bladed props to put on here. So anybody knows a good suggestion, please let me know. Put it in the comments, I'd appreciate it. Here, let's put our flaps down. Try to ride that wind a little bit. Going right into the wind. Just about holding the plane still. Almost flying backwards. I'm going backwards now. Look at that. Oh, that's always fun. With that ominous cloud there, you can see those lights. Or maybe you can see them on the camera, I don't know. There. Give ourselves a nice grass landing here. Well, pavement landing. All right.
Time remaining 3 minutes.
I'll tell you, this is one fun little plane to fly. Very good. Very good at ground handling, obviously, with that tricycle type style gear. See if I can pull off a knife edge, which is hard to do. A little bit of one. It's hard to do with a twin, because you got both of that parts of that thrust
Landing flaps.
coming back at you. Oh man, put them flaps down. Here, try to just see how short landing I can do here. There we go.
Flaps up.
I'm dug in.
Motor on.
Motor off. Yeah, real thick grass right there. Okay.
Motor on.
Now when you turn against that wind, she's gonna turn quick on you. All right, what we're gonna try to do now,
Time remaining 2 minutes.
we're gonna land this time with no flaps in the grass. Well, maybe. Well, I got in the grass there. And yes, I'm on the runway, but I'm the only person here flying. So and the receiver, like I said, is an AR-36A, and it has AS3X only.
Landing flaps.
All right, we're going to do landing flaps this time. Hopefully land, yeah, we'll land on the grass this time. There. Wind is getting bad. Woo, that wind. All right, flaps up, motor off. We flew for 3.5 minutes, and I'll show you where I've got this battery. I'm running a Venom 3200, and I've got it right there, almost kind of in the middle of the battery area. And let's take it out and see what kind of juice I have left, if I can get it out of there. Sometimes these battery straps they give you are so strong you can't get around it. Okay, 3.5 minutes, flew her pretty hard. 46%, not bad, not bad. Perfect storage rate for this this is an older Venom, so I've had these probably 6-7 years. But you see how nice, and they're just a tiny bit of puff, you know, but I'm still getting good service out of this 6-7 years later. And the secret is I don't keep them charged. I take them back down to 40 or 30%. So like this is at what, 46, 43, I'm going to leave it alone. I'm not going to do anything else with it. And if I brought it back at say 70%, I would discharge it down to between 30 and 40%, and just right around there, anywhere, you know, 30 to 45, right in that area is good storage rate. And that helps save your batteries, because let's face it, lipos are expensive. All right, folks, well, there you go. That is the E-flite Twin Nova. Would I suggest it for your very first plane? No, maybe a good second plane. Sometimes people can be a little intimidated with twin motors because they do behave a little bit differently. They're inherently stable, but there's certain things like they don't do well on knife edges and stuff like that. Well, there's different aspects to them. It's a good stable craft. If you well, maybe it could be your first plane if you had instructors, someone to help you, and you know, had a self-leveling type receiver in there to help you, you know, to progress, possibly. But I would say maybe a strong second, after maybe you've flown an Apprentice or a Carbon S or Carbon Z S Cub S2, you know, or the whole Hobby Zone Cub, or some sort of high wing trainer. Once you've gotten really used to one of them, then I can see this being a good second plane. All right, folks, well, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't forget, faith, family, friends, and then planes. Bye-bye, y'all.